So to kick off this series that's all about building, I thought that I'd start with something simple but very helpful to help you convert sales and to put your best information in front of your audience. So I'm starting with how to build your own list tree using WordPress and Elementor. What exactly is a list tree? It's a type of landing page that people mostly use in conjunction with social media. List tree is a type of landing page where you basically have a list of buttons or a list of links that put the information and the options that you want your audience to have. So you're not constantly having to swap out links and say this link is in the bio this day and that link is in the bio the next day. It gives you more options to share with your audience, and you can tell them exactly what action you want them to take in your call to action, what you want them to do, what you're selling, information that you want to put right in front of them. This gives you an option to have your list tree right on your website, so that you don't have to send them away from your website. You can keep that traffic on something that you built and something you own. If you're not familiar with WordPress, it's one of the um, leading platforms for building. It's an open source platform for building your website. It's a theme based website design system, but you can also use code in conjunction with that, or you can build your own themes. It's very customizable, very flexible, and with a little bit of help and information and training, it's user friendly too. Elementor is something that helps you to further customize how you want to build your website. And it's similar to, if you've worked with WordPress before, it's similar to the block systems that they've added recently, the Gutenberg, where you're able to further customize the pages and make them have a beautiful layout and have different options for them. So we're going to use both of these today to build your landing page or your list tree so that you can use this to help you convert sales. And if you can go to click the link in my bio actually to see an example of this list tree, and that's what we'll be building today. So stick around. I'm going to share my screen and then I'll come back to you and we'll discuss. So you want to make sure, as I said, that you have WordPress downloaded and that you have downloaded the plugin Elementor from the plugin area. So you want to go to your pages and you want to add a new page here. And you want to name your page. So I'm just going to name this for the purpose of this example tree, but you can name it whatever you want, but some people just have come up with a custom name, but I have tree as a part of my name so that people are familiar with what they'll be clicking on and know that it's not, anything spammy, but it's basically a collection of the information and the resources that you want to give to them. So I'll save it as a draft so that it saves the name. But after that, I'm going to click on edit with Elementor. Now this button may not be up here the first time. If it's not, you would just click the regular edit button and then you'll have the option to click edit with Elementor. So I'm gonna click that now, and then it's going to take us into the interface to start working on our tree. Now, you see here that it has my regular menu up here, and then it also has social media sharing buttons. But we want to take that off because we want them to focus strictly on your tree and give them those options so that they're not distracted and they can focus on exactly where you want them to go. So our first step to do that would be to go down here on the left to this wheel for the settings, and you would change the page layout from default to Elementor Canvas, because that's going to give you the full page with no header, no footer, just that full canvas to work with. So if you want to change the background of your page, you would go to Style, Background, Type. For the color, let's just keep it simple. We'll change it to this blue here. You can have it as whatever color you want. Of course you want it to match your branding. So normally mine does, but I want to show you something different here. And for the gradient, let's go back to let's go back to the style, because mine has a gradient color in it. So you would click that gradient, you would put your color options here and adjust it until you get it to the gradient you want, if that's what you choose to do. Okay, so we got the background. Next, we want to add our pictures. Add our picture. So you would click the squares here, and then you would drag and drop the image element. It looks humongous right now, but we can adjust that later. So we're gonna choose our image, and so many images here. I'm trying to get to a certain circular one that I use. I guess it's this one. Choose that one. Yeah, there it is. Okay, and to get this circular photo, you can do one of two things. You can go to cutmypic.com and you can insert your image there and adjust it so that it crops it into a circular image. Or you can actually go to the style options here and go to border radius, and up the border radius, it's gonna make it circular, so you can up that until it's the it's the circumference of your liking. So you would choose what type of border, and then just up the radius until it reaches how you see fit. But cut my pick, I was already using that, so I have a circular image. So this appears to be too large, so if I put it as a thumbnail, it's going to cut it off, right? So I'm going to bring it back large, but I'll be able to adjust the size here, larger or smaller. I think that is pretty good. 12, yeah, go with 13. And we'll be able to look at it in the mobile version. Well, actually, we can do that here now. Where it says, where you see the computer and it says responsive mode, you can click in tablet mode and click also in mobile to see how it looks. And you see it's kind of small here. You can still adjust it to make it as large as you want it. I think 30 is probably good. What do you think? So same for the tablet. You can adjust it to make it a little bit bigger if you want to on the picture. So we're gonna go back to desktop just for the purpose of getting this done. Okay, so once you add the picture, you want to add another element, and that's going to be, you can use either the text or I think the heading is more fitting here, because you're gonna put either your name if you're using your branding, or the name of your company under here. So, why is it not showing up? I don't know. Because there's no text color. Okay, so let's put the text color in white and center it so that it falls right under the name. And I used just a little bit of code here because I wanted to put my social media handle under there. If you want to just have your name or one or the other, that's fine. But I like in this area you can use a little bit of code, because if you do a separate header and have it like under here, then it'll be a little bit of gap in between the two, like too much of a gap, and it really didn't look good to me. So I wanted to have the right amount of space in between each the header and my social media area. So you can copy this code if you want to use it to set yours up exactly like that. Oh, I also changed the color. Okay, so and close that off. Wrong thing. Okay, so that's what it looks like. It's just the code to differentiate the header and the tag, like I said. Okay, so next you would go ahead and add a section, a separate section to start adding your buttons for your tree. Okay, so this is the small button. First, we want to make it justified so that it spreads across the page. And button type, you can leave that as default. Then here you want to add the elements of your tree. So if you want to send them to the blog, visit blog, you can make that the first one. Let's make that. Okay, and then you put your link here. So I'm gonna do a search, so it'll send me, it'll give me the link to my blog. So, but it doesn't matter. Okay, there it is, blog. Okay, so, that would be your first link. And same thing, if you want to change the color, you would you can change the text color or the background color. Let's make the buttons a brighter green. Okay. Maybe orange. So you can use this area to adjust the color. You can put in the code, or you can use the palette with colors already laid out. So we're going to use this color. Okay, and you would just continue adding your buttons until you have as many and everything on there that you want. I have the link on there already. So these are square. If you want to change, if you want to add a border around it, you can add a border. If you want to change the radius and make it circular, you can do that. So we'll make it circular and a solid border. Okay, like that. So you can right click and hit duplicate. You can click Control copy and then Control paste, which would be Control C and Control V, or you can hit Control D to duplicate. If you're on the pencil, you can hit Control D to duplicate, so that you don't have to
keep creating new buttons and new styling all over again. And you can just change the title. Let's go to listen podcast. And then change the link. You would put the link there. You can put an affiliate link. Let's see, shop. Go shopping store. And then just put the right links there. And so they'll be able to access your hot topics or your affiliate links, your sales, everything from your tree. So this is how it will look on your mobile device. And this is how, this is the link that you would copy and paste. The link to this page is what you would copy and paste on Instagram. And you can also go to a link shortener like bit.ly to have an abbreviated version of the link that you can paste in different places and paste on your Instagram. If you want to add social media buttons at the bottom, you can do that by going to the elements and dragging social icons. And there's also a way that you can, those are so big, so we can make them smaller in the style area. But there's also a way that that you can create your own. We'll get into that when I'm actually teaching the lesson on building a full, building a website using WordPress and Elementor. But you have your tree, and the most important one is the mobile versions of that on your tablet and on your mobile device. And so now you have a tree.
So that was a simple way to build your own list tree, keep your audience on your website, and convert your audience to buyers and get them to the information that you need them to have quickly. I'll be posting more tutorials in the coming weeks, and I'll also be giving out some free resources. So if you want to be notified of this, just click that link and join my email list, and you'll be the first one to know when I drop the tutorials and also when I give out this information. So, as always, if you have any questions, post them in the comments and we'll talk about it. And thank you guys again for watching. I'll talk to you again soon.